Here we're looking at the anterior surface of a right humerus. We're going to start at the proximal end of this bone. You can see the head of the humerus here. You can see the lesser tubercle and the greater tubercle, and that's this region. They both have crests though that come down. So that's going to be the crest of the lesser tubercle and the crest of the greater tubercle. And between them you can see the intertubercular groove. Now you know that we're looking at the anterior view because you can see the lesser tubercle. You have the smooth portion of the head, which brings us to the discussion of the necks of the humerus. So we have a surgical neck that goes straight horizontal that way. If I had a line drawn right around here all the way through, that's the surgical neck. That would be like me chopping this part off. Now here you see this depression that runs on the diagonal. Is that an angle? That is the anatomical neck. So surgical neck straight across. The one at an angle is the anatomical neck. Now if we come down about halfway down the shaft, you'll see a tuberous region right here. That is your deltoid tuberosity, and that's where all three of those heads of the delt converge into that one point. That's their distal attachment. Now let's come to the distal end. Again, we're looking at the anterior portion, and you can tell that by the size of this coronoid fossa, which corresponds to the coronoid process of the ulna, and the capitulum. Those can only be seen from the anterior view. Here you have the medial epicondyle, lateral epicondyle, the supracondylar ridges there. You have this hourglass-shaped figure right here. That is your trochlea. Note that it gets depressed here in the middle. That is your trochlear groove. And then here, where the capitulum meets the trochlea, that is your capitulotrochlear groove. If you come just above the capitulum, you have another little fossa here. That's the radial fossa. So imagine the head of the radius shifting up as your elbow flexes, and the rim of the radius articulating right here. That's the little house as that little head pivots over that ball there. Now let's look at the posterior view. You have the olecranon fossa. You can see that same trochlea to the back. That's the same structure. You just see that hourglass from the posterior view. Remember that the capitulum would be here on the other side. You can only see that in the anterior view. Again, your medial epicondyle, lateral epicondyle, your supracondylar ridges, and one last time the deltoid tuberosity right there.